Hello, this is VerticalSandwich, and welcome back to Let's 100% Grand Theft Auto Vice City. And from the Hyman condo in our last video, we actually jumped in our helicopter and we're headed to the airport because we're going to take care of our last RC mission. So, this mission is horrible. There should be a van here. Anyway, you'll see these boxes and crates and stuff over in the corner. That's your big tip-off to where this mission is when you're looking at it. You're looking for it in the airport, because the airport's a pretty big, kind of monotonous complex, and you can get lost in it. So, anyway, I guess we're gonna run around until it spawns, and then we'll get right to it. So, anyway, this mission is unlike all the others. See, there's our van. See, there we go. Unlike all of the other RC missions, this one has no time limit. It's not a race. It's picking up 20 checkpoints. All you have to do is hit 20 checkpoints with this copter. Unfortunately, I'm horrible with this RC vehicle, and this mission takes me forever. I don't know. I'm sure there are probably people who can do this in 4 minutes, but not me. It's definitely not me. So you're gonna see this is gonna be atrocious. It's going to be slow and mind-numbing, and I'm sorry for that. But again, it's just, I gotta do it. That's going to be my excuse for a lot of the videos that I post of stuff that just is horribly boring to watch, is the fact that, you know, I gotta do it. We're 100%ing this game, so, you know, we've got to grit our teeth and go through the painful stuff. But like I said, the good thing about it is that you really don't have to be good with this vehicle. You can take your time, and you can just, you know, you can just be horrible. And as long as you keep the vehicle alive through all 20 checkpoints, then everything's fine. So if you have, you know, if you have 10 minutes of your time that you want to waste doing this at some point in your game, it's not a bad thing to do. And like I said, it advances your completion. And the upside is, since we've completed the other 2 RC missions, this is the last radio-controlled side mission that we have to do for this game. So that's good. They put these checkpoints, you'll see, I mean, they try to make it really challenging, and some game designer, you know, at some of the places where they put these, you know, some game designer was, you know, would just laughing himself silly in his little cubicle, thinking up, you know, how he was messing people up here. But like I said, this is the easiest RC mission, I mean, by far. But it's also the most kind of frustrating and just evil of them, because this is the worst vehicle as far as control goes, in my opinion. And it's kind of pointless. I mean, this really is just a hoop they're making you jump through to get to 100%. Which, whatever. Again, we gotta do it, so. Anyway, so a couple videos ago I was telling a joke. And, I started a joke, and it was just kind of as a laugh. But I'm gonna actually tell that joke, I think. Because we got plenty of time. This is gonna take forever, so. Alright, so this guy's driving along and he sees this sign, and it says dogs for sale, and he thinks, well, I've got kids, you know, I could use a dog. And he stops, and it's this farm, and he says, hey, you got dogs for sale? And the farmer says, yeah. Go out back, there's a kennel, there's a couple dogs in there, any dog you want, $5. So he goes back there and he's looking at the dogs, and he hears this voice and says, hey buddy. And he looks around and there's nobody there, and then it says it again. It says, hey, buddy. And he looks around and there's nobody there. And then it's, hey, buddy, down here. And he looks down and it's one of the dogs. And the dog says, hey, you got to get me out of here, man. They've locked me up with all these other dogs. This is horrible. And the guy says, oh, my God, you can talk. And the dog says, yeah. Just go by me, please. You know? And he says, but you're a talking dog. And the guy's like, yeah, I'm a talking dog. Wait, 1 second. Look at this. Look at this horrible placement of this. Oh my god! Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Well, see you later, folks. Okay. What were you talking about? A talking dog. We're gonna get this. Well, we answered a question from a couple videos back that these things actually do smoke when you do some damage to them. Alright, well, you might never hear this joke. If this doesn't go if this thing blows up, we're done. Anyway, so the guy looks down and he says, oh, you're a talking dog. And the dog says, yeah, I can talk. Big deal. And the guy's like, well, how is it that you can talk? And the dog stops and says, well, you know, now that I think about it, I don't know. I've always been able to talk. He's like, actually, I've led a pretty interesting life as a result. I worked for the KGB before the fall of the Iron Curtain and was a double agent because nobody suspects the dog. And then they found me or found me out, and I had to leave. And so then I went to Brazil, and I actually worked with a tour guide running a boat up and down the Amazon. But then I almost got eaten by a boa constrictor. So then I went to Wyoming, and I was herding sheep for a while. But then that guy sold me to this jerk, and he's got me locked up in this pen. So why don't you just go pay the guy and buy me? And so the guy goes out front, and he says to the farmer, he's like, any dog back there is $5? And the farmer's like, yeah, any dog, $5. And the guy's like, well, do you know that one of them talks? And the farmer says, well, yeah, I'll tell you what, you can buy the talking dog for $5 too. I don't care, just get him out of here. And the guy says, why would you want to sell a talking dog for $5? And the farmer looks at him and says, because he's a liar. He never did any of that stuff. Ba-dum-bum. Alright, so what were we doing? Oh yeah, we're picking up checkpoints. Sorry, just like, there's not a lot to say about this. We've already used this vehicle. The handling's the same. The checkpoints are all in crazy places around the airport. It's not, this isn't the kind of thing where I can offer you any advice, like, especially since I'm not good at it. Like, I can't tell you how to do it faster. I can't tell you how to do it better. All I can do is tell you to just take your time and be careful, because it doesn't matter. You can run this. This mission can take you 12 minutes. It can take you 14 minutes. It can probably take you 30 if you want to spend that kind of time. You could probably land this stupid chopper and leave it sit there and go make a sandwich and eat or something. It's not. So I don't really, to tell you the honest truth, I don't know. I don't know what to say, and I'm sorry about that, because I know that, you're watching what is, not my finest moment in kind of gameplay. It's just horribly repetitive, bad garbage that I'm making you watch, and then on top of that, I don't really know what to tell you about, entertaining you. I guess I could tell you more jokes or something, like, but that'll probably mess those up. I mean, like, I know a lot of jokes, but I'm not really good at telling them. It's not, and they're jokes. I mean, like, what are you gonna do? It's not. It kind of hurts us that we can't have music too. I mean, not that. I mean, this vehicle doesn't play music anyway. But even if it did, I'd have to mute it for YouTube. So it's not, because, like I said, I've watched some runs of these games where people have had to audio swap the audio from entire videos because of the songs that were playing on the radio. So I'm trying to be really careful to, whenever songs are playing on the radio, to mute them out and mute the game and things like that, because audio swapping's horrible. I mean, I could always record different commentary tracks and stuff, but it's just ridiculous. It's just not something I wanna have to go through as copyright claims on my video because of some stupid Loverboy song or something. I should mention too that I sang a song. But I didn't sing. I mean, I made fun of singing a song. See, this is a really hard checkpoint. Look at this. And you just got to take your time. You just got to go in there and stay, closer to the ground than you are to the ceiling, and then back your way out. Anyway, I sang a song, and I said that I thought that it was on the radio, and in retrospect, that song is probably on the radio in San Andreas. Because this game takes place in the 80s. That's the whole point of the game, is that it takes place in Miami in the 80s, and a friend of mine who doesn't play video games at all actually lived in Miami in the 80s, and would probably love all the references to kind of 80s culture in this game and stuff. And I myself was growing up in the I was born in 79, so I was coming of age in the 80s. I was in kindergarten when the Challenger exploded. I know for the majority of people who are watching video game videos on the internet, they're gonna be like, what? But yeah, it was it was. The first music I remember being in the radio is like Madonna's Material Girl album and stuff, and all this stuff is ancient now. I mean, it's it's music, it's kind of music history and things like that. And, I remember when Bon Jovi's "Slippery When Wet" was like the biggest thing in the world. And so this is what you get to listen to, rather than listen to me talk about this video game. You listen to me talk about the crazy dated references, like remembering Reagan being president and things like that, and things that the people who are in high school today just or remembering a time when there was no internet, things like that. And I'm not trying to, I'm not one of those people who's under the illusion that somehow my childhood, like the time that I grew up, was somehow better than the present. I mean, I know a lot of people think that like there were good old days, and every age has its problems, and every people have their disputes and stuff, and I realized that, I don't think the world was better because there was no internet when I was a kid. Just obviously, I obviously use the internet and I'm familiar with it and things like that. So I don't know, be actually kind of advertising that I'm old at the same time. Well, I'm not. I'm not old compared to some. Advertising the fact that I'm old and then trying to like sell the fact that I'm also hip. It's not. Ugh. Those two things are never true. Like, I'm not with it or anything like that. I'm not with it. That's a great piece of like just awkward, horrible slang. I should really stop talking before I make myself look like a complete and total idiot. Oh wait, like, too late. You've already seen 30 videos of proof of that. Alright, so we've only got 2 checkpoints left here, and we've gone through this atrociously crazy kind of thing. And it's the second to last checkpoint is like a gift. Look at this. It's like the easiest thing in the world, and they give you the hardest one in the whole course, and the one that's like impossible to find. And you'll see it's right over here where we started. And thank God our helicopter's still here, because we're going to use that. I'm sorry to tell you, but we're collecting more hidden packages after this. I got to get to... Because like I said, I got to get a rocket launcher. Oh, maybe I didn't say that. But I've got to get a rocket launcher before we do some of the next missions. So I'll try to cram in some other missions. But the next assassination one, I want to have a rocket launcher. The next Cortez one, I want to have a rocket launcher. So, yeah. So we'll just edge our way around here and try not to blow up any of these crates. And it's actually behind this crate in front of us here. So just edge our way over there. And I'm sorry this video is going to be really long and it's just going to be excruciating, and, hopefully I lighten the mood a little. I don't know if I did or not, but anyway, so we're going to collect this one, and I'm going to shut it down right away because this video is already long. Thanks for watching, and thanks for listening to me ramble. And if you skip this, I completely understand. So we're done with the RC missions, and I'll see you next time, and you take care of yourself.